On this season of Destination Earth, Akane and I head to the southern United States to get a jump on summer. On this adventure, we had the chance to visit Tennessee, Mississippi, Virginia, and North Carolina. Join us as we explore everything from the busy streets of Nashville, Tennessee, to the historic antebellum homes of Natchez, Mississippi, as we check off a few new states on this heat-soaked journey. Where are we off to today? Let's find out. In today's video, we're going to be exploring downtown Nashville. Being our first time in this amazing city, we relied on a guide published by Free Tours on Foot. Seeing we didn't know our way around town, we actually broke our time in Nashville into 2 different days. So this video will focus primarily on the downtown core. We began our day at the Nashville KOA, located across the river from the downtown area near the Opryland Hotel. We hopped on the $10 round-trip shuttle from the campground, and then we were dropped off near the Country Music Hall of Fame and this building, the Nashville Symphony, where we'll begin our tour. Nashville has many iconic buildings. Downtown, there is one that stands out, and it's the AT&T Batman Building. It was a place I've seen in many photos, and definitely a building that draws attention. There weren't too many skyscrapers in Nashville. We enjoyed this as it gave us the sense of a smaller, more light-hearted city. Being from out of town, it didn't make us feel like we were overwhelmed like cities with taller buildings often do. The downtown area has a series of beautiful artwork, whether that's sculptures, street art, or the buildings themselves. Right outside the Nashville Symphony is this beautiful fountain, one that easily made us stop and admire on our way to the famous John Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge, the first stop on our tour of the city. This bridge is one of the best vantage points to see the city. Although you aren't going high up, like you do in a lot of observation towers, the fact that you're able to pull away from the city gives you the views you desire along the Cumberland River, which runs through the city. You have views both in front of you and behind you. Really, 360 degrees. We found that Nashville didn't have the same problem with traffic that other cities had, and a lot of people were on foot exploring this music-focused city. Across the bridge, on the other side of downtown, you'll see Nissan Stadium, home of the Tennessee Titans, an NFL team based in Nashville. On the other side, views of the Riverfront Park and the Cumberland River Greenway appear next to the railway, which hugs the coastline. In the distance, the Korean Veterans Memorial Bridge allows cars to pass from side to side. We enjoyed the warm, sun-filled day. Although we had only been in Tennessee for just a few days, we were already excited and thrilled with the weather. It was nice seeing people out in town, enjoying it, just like us. Walking to the end of the bridge, we began to turn back and see the views of the city. As you sweep around, some of my favorite views along the city emerge. Here you can see the full picture of the downtown core. We have come to love this city. Its bright lights, active lifestyle, and incredible music instantly won us over. During our time, we saw droves of people come to celebrate, especially girls enjoying bachelorette parties, sporting the classic country girl attire with hats, boots, and short shorts. Turning down 3rd Avenue off the bridge, we passed the Johnny Cash Museum as we headed towards Broadway, the live music mecca of the Nashville bar scene. The streets here were chaotic. People lining both sides waiting to hear the music of the stars playing in the bars. In fact, as we walked down the street, we couldn't help but stop slowing our roll, heading to Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk rock and roll steakhouse for the best live music we've ever heard in our lives. Oh, and if you're wondering, that is literally the name of the bar. Continuing down Broadway, you'll come across Bridgestone Arena, home of the Nashville Predators, an NHL hockey team known for their talented players. About in this same area, hiding around the corner from the crowds, on the corner of 5th and Broadway, you'll find Legends Corner, featuring some of the biggest faces in country music, from Willie Nelson to Taylor Swift. As you continue down the street, you'll see the Ryman Auditorium, a beautiful old brick building. Originally built as the Union Gospel Tabernacle over 130 years ago, the stage later became the home of the Grand Ole Opry, and today remains one of the most beloved music venues in the city. With much more to see, we continue down 5th Street, heading towards the Tennessee Capitol Building. Along the route, dots of street art blanketed the sides of the building. From simple to complex, each one was beautiful and really made for an interesting walk. Making our way to Charlotte Avenue, we finally reached some of the beautiful government buildings found in the city. I don't know what it's like where you live, but here and many places I've visited, the government buildings in any city are often the most stately and decorated. Most, in my experience, are older buildings that preserve the history of the area and keep things from turning completely modern. Nashville was no different. Coming to the Elvin York statue, we sat unaware of who this even was. As we enjoyed a quick bite to eat, we had no idea that Elvin York was one of the most decorated U.S. Army soldiers of World War I. We didn't know that he received the Medal of Honor for leading an attack on the German machine gun nest, gathering 35 machine guns and killing at least 25 enemy soldiers and capturing 132 prisoners, but we enjoyed the beautiful artwork nonetheless. Making our way up the stairs, we came across a statue of Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States, and the Tennessee State Capitol bell. Behind all this, the beautiful State Capitol building, which was completed in 1859. Back on Charlotte Avenue, we headed west to our last destination, Centennial Park, with the famous Nashville Parthenon. There are many ways to enter the park, as it encompasses 132 acres. We started on the 1-mile-long path around Lake Watauga, if that's how you pronounce it. Here you can see ducks swimming, birds wading, and people enjoying nature. We saw Canada geese, or as I say, brothers from another mother, who enjoyed the springtime in the south just as us, as we waited for the temperatures back home in Nova Scotia to heat up for the rest of the year. Reaching the Parthenon, we sat in delight as the sun began to lower. The Parthenon was built in October of 1897 for the World Fair. The Parthenon was built to be an exact replica of that found in Greece. Although the museum inside was closed during our visit, we were there too late, we learned that inside is a statue of Athena, a Greek goddess known for wisdom, warfare, and handicraft. Outside, the stunning detail remains evident. Located along the ridgeline of the roof, Greek sculptures provide a landscape as you follow the peak upward. After enjoying our time, just admiring the building, we began working our way back through the rest of the park towards the downtown pickup. Along the route, we passed the Tennessee Women's Suffrage Monument, dedicated to a group of women who helped lead the charge in women's rights here in the state. Turning back to the main street of Broadway, we passed the beautiful Vanderbilt University. Beautiful, tall brick buildings let you know where it's at, and it's not hard to miss. Not far afterward is Hattie B's Hot Chicken Sandwich, a staple and must-eat location when in Nashville. With a very crowded space, we couldn't even attempt to film, as we grabbed our food, found a place to eat, chowed down, and let me tell you, it was good and worth your dollars. This was the perfect way to end the day. After a very full day of exploring the city, the sun finally set. As we continued to head down Broadway, this meant that we found ourselves back in the lively streets of downtown Nashville. Now, Nashville, unlike any other city I've been to, It's busy and lively at all hours. People were out enjoying the plethora of live music and enjoying every ounce of their time in this fun and entertaining city. Police had blocked off the main streets so no cars could come, and pedestrians and tourists and locals filled the streets and were visibly happy and enjoying their time listening to the incredible host of music. We didn't want to leave this area, but we found ourselves back on the bus, heading to our KOA to crash for the night. But we're ready to continue our adventure the next day, and we hope you join us then.